So, hi Lisa, my name is Katie Steek and I'm going to be walking you through this session. You probably already know, but let me explain why we've asked you to participate today. We're testing a website that we're working on to see what it's actually like for people to use it. I want to make it clear right away that we're testing this site and not you. You can't do anything wrong here. In fact, this is probably the one place today where you don't have to worry about making mistakes. We want to hear exactly what you think, so please don't worry that you're going to hurt our feelings. We want to improve it, so we honestly need to know what you think. As we go along, I'm going to ask you to think out loud, to tell me what's going through your mind. This will help us. If you have questions, just ask. I may not be able to answer them right away since we're interested in how people do when they don't have someone sitting right next to them, but I will try to answer questions we still have when we're done. We have a lot to do, and I'm going to try to keep us moving, but we'll try to make sure that it's fun too. With your permission, I'm going to record the computer screen and what you have to say. This video will be used to help my team figure out how to improve the site, and it won't be seen by anyone except the people working on the project. It also helps me because I don't have to take as many notes. Do you have any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay. Before we really look at the site, I'd like to just ask a few quick questions. First, what's your occupation?
I am retired.
And what did you do before you retired?
I was a teacher, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I was an instructional aide in the grades 4 through 6 intermediate school.
Great, thank you. Now, roughly how many hours a week would you say that you spend using the internet, including email?
During this quarantine time, I probably use the internet 1 to 2 hours a day.
Okay. And how would you say that you spend that time? So on a typical day, for instance, what sort of things do you do on the internet?
Well, I look at the news outlets. I look at my email. I play some online games. I do my online. I use online resources for my Bible studies. I have downloaded some books from the library that I've been reading, ebooks and audiobooks. I think that about. I've done some. Oh, and I've ordered some things online for shopping.
Great. Do you have any favorite websites?
Favorite? Let's see what I've bookmarked. I've got Facebook on there. I've got weather.com, ABC News, Hebron Public Library. Those are kind of the main ones, and as well as just the stores that are local.
Awesome. Thank you. We're done with questions and we can get started looking at things. Do you have any other questions for me before we get started?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So the screen that you have loaded in front of you is the homepage for the Pioneer Village Museum website. This is the website that we've been creating. The first thing I'd like you to do is to just take a look at the page. You can scroll up and down, but please don't click on anything yet. What I'd like you to tell me is what strikes you about it. If you were to click on something, what would you choose to click on first? And again, as much as possible, it would help us if you could try to think out loud so that we know what you're thinking
about. What strikes me first is that it's black and white. That's what grabbed my attention initially. Probably if I was going to explore this, I would want to know about it. So the About tab is where I would go first.
Okay, great. So from this point, it's going to be up to you. I'm going to ask you to complete 3 tasks. Do your best, and remember, it's okay if you get stuck. We want to learn about where our website needs to be improved.
Okay.
So the first task, I'd like you to try to register to become a volunteer. And again, if you could sort of speak out loud the things that you're processing or thinking about, that would help me greatly.
Okay. Well, you asked me to become a volunteer, so I selected the volunteer button. Please consider joining our volunteer team. So if I'm going to become a volunteer, I would probably hit the volunteer today button. All right, willingness to support them as a volunteer. And if I was going to really go through and do this, I would go ahead and
You can
select things. Do you want me to do this as if
We
I'm
won't register you as a volunteer.
okay? I wanted to make sure.
You can put in whatever fake information you want for this. You don't have to use your real information.
Okay, well, I'll volunteer on Thursdays because that sounds like a great day. I think that's today. Building exhibit. Oh, I could work in the admission booth. I could probably, they would not want me doing data entry. I'm a terrible typist. I could do office work. I could do kitchen, volunteer coordinate, event, cashier. That sounds good. I'll go to the next. All right. Well, right away I see required in red. That's helpful. So I know I have to put my full name. So I will do so. And oops, like I said, I'm a terrible typist. I'll probably just do the select and see if it autofills. Hey, yay, good. So that's what I did. It all looks like it filled in correctly. Well, I guess I do have to add. It's different from websites other places because there isn't a separation between city, state with the address. So that's a little unusual. So I will add that in. Okay. I suppose because they figured people are local who are going to be volunteering. But if they weren't, if they were coming from a different town, they might need that box. All right, emergency contact information. All right. And his cell phone number. Hospital of choice. Okay, that one I'm going to leave because I don't know anybody in Barron County to put that in. All right, take a moment to review the information. You have entered on this form using the back and next buttons at the bottom of the screen. Wait a minute. Take a moment to review the information you've entered on this form using the back and next buttons on the bottom of the screen. There is no next button at the bottom of the screen. There's a back button, so I'm not sure what that means. Okay, check the box below. By checking this box and typing my name below, I'm electronically signing my application. Okay, so I'll have to do that, and I'll have to type in my name. All right. I guess that's all I need for that. All right, received information. We'll contact shortly to set up a volunteer training session. Edit your response, submit another response. Okay, there's nothing that says close out of it, so I guess I'll just leave that.
All right, thank you. The second task that I'd like you to try requires you to kind of put your teacher hat back on. Our museum offers field trips for grade school classes. I'd like you to see if you can use the website to collect the necessary data to plan a class field trip to the museum. See if you can complete the proper form and locate the museum's contact information or find a way to sort of answer questions you might have.
Okay, you want me to go to Pioneer Villages, go back where I started, and pretend I'm a teacher going there? I'm sorry,
Yeah, so if you can go back to the website and sort of pretend you're a teacher and see if you can figure out how to register your class for a field trip and learn a little bit about what a field trip to the museum might look like.
Okay. I'm just, because we're recording this, I'm not sure. I don't want to take either edit your response or submit another response. So I have to go with the back button up here.
Yeah, go ahead and try it.
Okay, so we have to go back a few to get back to the very first page. Where are we? We're cool. Oh, no, that's as far back as it takes me.
See if maybe there's a tab at the top of the screen that can allow you to go back to the other website.
Yep, okay, there we go. All right. So I am going as a teacher. I would go to field trips. All right. Should I pretend that I am going on one of those dates then?
Yes. Pretend you're a teacher, you want to set up a field trip, learn a little bit about the museum.
Okay, what to expect. I should probably look first to see what we're going to do. Seems a little odd that the sign up is above the what to expect half day. Usually those are at the bottom. Okay, what to expect. Vintage, peg making, clothes washing, butter making. Okay. Bible, chaperone. Half day tour sessions. Okay. Morning or afternoons, $5 gate fee. All right. Picnic tables are available for lunch. Lunch. 2. Hands-on pioneer activities. $10 gate fee per student. Teacher chaperone per additional adults are welcome, which is $10 admission fee. All right. I guess I see what I'm in for. All right. Back to filling it out. School.
You can just make up information to put into the form.
High school. And age. Oh, we'll go with students 25. All right, and we're gonna go. Oh, let's do earlier is better. Let's go with that. Oh, select the dates your group's available. Oh, more than one. Okay, let's go with all Thursdays. I like Thursday. Which looks the best for your group? I would say 5, 14, top 20. What's the best? And we'll do an afternoon tour. Wait a minute. Morning plus 1 activity. Afternoon plus 1 activity. Morning/afternoon tour plus 3 activities. So we got 3 hours to do a tour and an activity, 3 hours to do a tour and activity, or 5 hours to do a tour and 3 activities. Okay. Select the activities you feel most appropriate. All right, we'll just pick a few. Is your group interested in reserving picnic tables? I guess not if I went for 12:30. We'll eat ahead. Is your group interested in purchasing lunch? No. Fee and payment information. All right, next. Visit my name, and I'll do this. Roll. I'll do that. That all looks good. It filled in fine. Okay.
All right. Wonderful.